Hello, gentle viewers. This is Indian welcoming you to a new episode of Victoria 2, the 19th century simulator. We are in an unenviable position. Well, we're in a strong position. The North German Federation is the number 3 great power. We have a very strong military, good industry, better than France by a tiny bit, and we've got fairly good prestige. The problem is, while I wasn't paying attention, France was snapping up every sphereling it possibly could, as has the USA. So we have a problem. We need to beat France to form Germany. And unless the UK joins us, so right now, we can't declare war. Why can't we just take our core? Oh, because they're technically not our cores yet. So we'd want to acquire Alsace-Lorraine, which would be a lot of influence. We do have von Moltke's reforms in our back pocket. We've basically got the ability to get cheaper supplies, better organization, and better starting experience. But we want to wait until this is absolutely necessary, and I certainly don't want to do it first. So what do? How do we make ourselves competitive with regard to France in the year of 1858? The short answer is we don't do anything, and at this point you'll probably be like, what? Here's why. The way the game works, revolutions are a thing that will happen. And France tends to be particularly susceptible to them for various game-based reasons. We also need to encourage the ruhr boom. This is a permanent, huge boost to both growth, cheaper factories. Normally red is bad, right? Here, red is very, very good. Oh, it's not permanent. It's only for 10 years. What? This one at least is permanent, so that's fun. The more ethnically diverse, and France is very diverse, we can almost guarantee that France is going to get brought down by a revolution at some point. Revolutions first will wipe out all spheres. They just go bye-bye. And more importantly, they significantly cripple your ability to fight wars. And so we kind of have to we have to be very patient. We could try, like, sphering Switzerland, but the only way to really sphere a lot of countries is to be bordering them. And the only countries we border are Austria, people already in our sphere. Stupid Bavaria. And Russia. I would love to get a second great power ally. Oh shit, Russia's allied with France? That's awful. That is the worst possible ally for France to have. It's literally Bismarck's greatest nightmare. We're encircled. And Austria doesn't like us much either. We'll have to hope that things end up working out for this plucky young European nation. We're making a crap ton of money. It might be time to cut taxes again. You want your pops to have as much income as they can, because pops with income are happy pops. Happy pops don't revolt. And there we go. We've slashed taxes. Everyone will be able to buy more stuff and be less angry. Our upper house remains quite liberal. We don't really have any serious rebel factions to about. We could suppress one of these movements. What do voter rights want? They want harassed parties. I don't know that I want the middle class voting yet, so I might actually stomp this one now. So what this does is it adds plus 10 to the radicality once it returns, and it will return. Which means it's more likely to rise up. We're going to go squish, and then you're squished. Because we're a Prussian or not a Prussian democracy, what do they call this? Prussian constitutionalism. I can change my viewing party, it just makes people kind of mad because it's not the one they voted for. But I could do it. Now the question is there a reason for me to intervene in this economy? We don't have any state with lots of craftsmen. For the most part, the AI is building logically. We do need to expand. Let's go ahead and expand the fabric factory. And we'll slightly increase the hiring priority for the furniture factory, luxury furniture. Luxury furniture is going to be hard to pull off because we won't be able to get enough tropical wood. And that's going to hurt us pretty badly. It's just the way it is. Switching to state capitalism only makes sense if we're going to do something with it. We do have a lot of money. I think we might temporarily switch. Let's go ahead. So if we hold the election, this tells us who we think will win, which will be the Conservatives. Let's go reactionary. So watch, I'm going to click on this. Did you see how much mill spiked? This is because basically the people said, we want this government. And I said, no, you don't. And they're pretty unhappy about that, which is beside the point. Because it's going to be better for them if I can do this. We're getting nice efficiency with our grain. We don't make timber, so that's not really a big deal. If we build a steel factory, we'll get a small arms bonus. But we don't make iron or sulfur in Brandenburg. But we produce enough iron in Germany as a whole, or North Germany, excuse me. A steel factory actually kind of makes sense here. Let's do it. Let's get some nice synergizing here. Hesse-Nassau doesn't have... This is the one thing the AI is not great at. It shouldn't be building lumber mills where there isn't timber unless there's a good reason to do it. You don't have iron or coal, so there's no point in building steel. What does Hesse-Nassau have? Where is, Nassau is in the southern part, isn't it? There's Schlesien. Oh, wow. Yep, I was right. It's got cows and fruit, so it'd actually be a good place to build a winery. But you're not building glass. We will go ahead and build a winery here, though. And you'll notice we'll get a bonus because we have... plus, we just want wine. The richer people always do. Magdeburg is getting pretty full up. We're not making coal. Okay, this is actually good. We're getting a throughput bonus because of the glass factory, so we'll just spend some money expanding it. Does Magdeburg build anything else that's interesting? Magdeburg is in the north, right? West, south, east. There it is. It's actually in the center. Okay, give me infrastructure, please. Magdeburg would actually be another great province to build wineries in. Let's do it. See, this is one thing that you can do that the AI is not great at, which is pushing for synergies. Machine parts, we're building steel. Okay, they've done a really good job with this. This is a perfect combination. We've got coal, so absolutely make cement. We don't have iron, but we do have coal, so bonus to steel and a bonus to machine parts. And machine parts are required for every factory in the game. Let's go ahead and cut back on this, and let's increase the hiring priorities here and here. And we'll expand the cement factory. East Hanover, we'll mess with later on once we actually get Hanover. Posen. Posen makes grain. Make a liquor distillery. It'll mean they'll want glass too, but you know, I'm fine with that. Schlieffen really needs a major upgrade of some kind. Okay. We make coal. Let's build a steel factory here. Now, for those of you who haven't played much Victoria 2, steel is a really good early to mid-game good that'll start to become super cheap, especially when the U.S. hardcore industrializes. So that's something to consider. Are there railroads and everywhere we can actually have railroads? Pretty much. Alright. Let's also spend some cash expanding our fortifications. Because we can't trust Russia. If they're allied with France, they could stab us in the back at any time. And we still got loads of cash. You want to use the cash intelligently. You're getting one. Good. Now what about France? This should already be fortified or under... or soon to be fortified. Good. Alright. Let's resume. I hope where I'm building which factories makes sense. Ooh. What can we do? We could maybe put the Netherlands in our sphere. That would be good. Let's do it. Ooh, or do we torpedo the British first? I think I'll go ahead and spend 50 opinion to nuke the British, and then we'll just add them to our sphere later on. I should have discredited too. Let's do that too. There we go. Now we should easily be able to sphere them and maybe keep them this time. We can build guards now. That's very good news. Belgium is scared of France. Are they? Alright. What do we want for tech now? We need to keep cranking on industry because it's our one major advantage is we've got lots of coal. Yes. Nitroglycerin would be lovely. Ooh, but cheap iron, which increases coal and iron production, or an upgrade to railroads, these are all really good. A boost to throughput. I'm going to go with cheap iron. Because again, in the early game, you want to make sure your RGOs are as productive as you can make them, because they'll actually shrink as the game continues. And then the factories will become more important. Baden is pissed off at us again. Because jerk faces. So you always want to build for synergy. Oh, I didn't talk about guards yet, did I? We'll look at guards here in a minute. You always want to build for synergy, but you also want to kind of get an idea. You can check the trade market. What's doing well, what's not doing well. So the price of silk is dropping, but it's still in very, very high demand. What right now is not in high demand? So wool is not in high demand. So maybe don't build factories that build wool. As the game progresses, you want to push toward the advanced tax. Like radio, television, cars. Those are the things that'll make you a lot of money. And it's going to be in the late game that we're just going to start blowing people away. Because we'll have built the backbone industry that the rest of those industries need to survive. I have way too many craftsmen. Oh, no, we're pushing for craftsmen in Saxony, aren't we? Let's keep going. Ottoman Empire beat the snot out of Egypt. That's kind of what Egypt's there for, though, is to lose. So let's talk about guards. In previous versions of Vicky 2, if you played an earlier version, you're probably thinking to yourself, guards are just the best. They've redesigned infantry so that infantry will always be better on defense than guards. So guards are really good at offense. And so it's worthwhile to build, like, a guard army. So I'm going to go ahead and craft myself an army from scratch and explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it. This army will be based in Berlin. And this is going to be a guards army. So we could have up to 25 units per line on the battlefield. And as I've said in previous episodes, but as is worth repeating, that'll change. It'll get lower as technology changes, but also changes based on terrain. And that would be... we wouldn't be able to feed an army that big. So what we're going to do is we're going to build one beginning with 10 guard units. This is going to be our super advanced shock unit. So we're going to use guards. We're going to use some of the cuirassiers we have. Dragoons actually would be... ooh. Dragoons would be an even better choice. Because Dragoons offer reconnaissance, which cuirassiers don't. Hussars would also be good, if I'm honest with you. So we're going to start with a corps of 10 guard brigades. Now, guards can only ever be of your primary culture, or an accepted culture. You will not get them from other cultures. Like, you'll notice, for example, here, there's no Polish guards as an option. Let's build 4 Hussar brigades. And then let's just try to fill up the artillery. So the goal is going to be, because Hussars have crazy movement, right? We're going to have the guards up front, the Hussars covering my flanks, so there'll be one on either side of the end of the front row, one on either side of the second row, and then the artillery will fill up the back. We'll also want some engineers too, but it'll take us a while to build up the pops. And this will be like the shock army. This is, we're coming after you. We're going to beat the crap out of you. Netherlands trying to take Otja. It makes sense. They've already got a decent building in Southeast Asia. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word Southeast. Some rebels crossed over into Darmstadt. Where is Darmstadt anyway? What are you, Russian rebels? Where is Darmstadt? Where do these rebels likely come from? Oh, there must have been Badenese rebels, maybe. Or Bavarian. The important thing is we smushed them good. They done got squished. Paraguay and Bolivia. Brazil wants to be our friend, does it? Aw, I actually lied. Oh, because Britain's in your sphere. I'm never going to be able to compete with Britain. Or especially the U.S. Hello, U.S. Plus bit of Canada. We're about due for the Civil War, actually. We'll have to see what happens there. I've never seen the Confederacy win. I've never been able to win as the Confederacy when I've played it myself. I don't know that it's possible. What? Alright, Denmark. Oh, it's Austria that dicked us over. Stupid Austria. I'm gonna ban Austria. There we go. Now we can develop our bits there without too much of a hassle. We lost... oh, 1 brigade. Where are these guys coming from? I'm supposed to get a warning when I have freaking rebels. Alright, go get the big army and just go squish. There we go. That was not okay, jerk faces. Alright, anything we can do to improve our factory situation? We got a lot of unemployed people in Posen. Yeah, that's a problem. We'll go ahead and build that. We have the liquor distillery here too, but I'll expand here. Fertilizer is not the best good to hang your hat on, and it was one of the most hilarious problems with the AI in previous versions, is the AI would just crank out fertilizer, not realizing it's almost never profitable. Let's build a glass factory in East Prussia. There we go. It's not that fertilizer is useless, it's that what it's useful for, you're just not going to run into very much. So we make coal in Saxony. What else do we make in Saxony? I have the feeling they could use another factory. Is this Saxony? Saxony steel. Steel, 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 steel. Give me steel or give me death. Because it's got coal and iron. Stop building luxury furniture factories. We really only need one this early in the game. One of them's already gone out of business, actually. I'm just going to tell you no. Stop wasting your time. Clothes are worth building, even if we don't have wool in a province. But yeah, it makes too much sense to not have a steel factory here. And then we can make like Saxon like a weapons repository. Yeah. Oh, you need to get down here. You were supposed to come down there and then you got attacked. What the? Oh, whoopsie. Not you. No, 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 no. Actually, this does give me the idea that we actually already have most of the artillery we need over there. Okay. So we've got the guard units. We're now waiting on the hussars and the artillery. So we have 9 frontline units. 1 artillery under production, so we need 8. So let's dump off 2 of these. Grab you, move you to Berlin. Excellent. Cheap steel. These are all really good ways to boost your efficiency, too. I do want more influence, and it's... Okay, have we already researched this up to the max? We have. We eventually want more national focuses, too, and plurality. Okay. The psychology tree is, on the one hand, it looks like it's really stupid. This is why it's not. Radios. Radios are amazing. Ooh, empiricism. Do it. Always go for research points when you can get them. You can always get other things another time. Spain and Algeria, Netherlands and Austria. France and Spain had some sort of status quo. That's a thing. Okay. Now this is an army you can be proud of. We're going to call this the Imperial Shock Army. Yeah. This is the cream of our crop. It's going to be dominant on the offensive and really bad at holding ground. Which is, you know, a thing. God damn it. Alright, we're going to change this so that it actually pauses whenever we start to get occupied. Because we keep having, like, rebellions breaking out, and I'm just not paying attention. Oh, John Brown's last raid, we're getting closer. Let's get a Temperance League. Yeah. Squished. Netherlands. I believe I have successfully... Bam. My sphere. Get lost, jerks. And we need to get you back to Berlin. We actually are at a point, if I'm honest with you, I think we may need to consider... got a new upper house. We might hold elections to burn off. Yeah, France is going to keep pushing us out of Baden. There's not much I can do about that. We need one more cavalry. And I think we also need 2 engineers. Do we have more pops yet? We do. Give me 2 engineers. Because the engineers will sit in the back. Ooh, another boost to iron production. Up, there we go. November 1860, we got ourselves a civil war. This is a bigger civil war than actually happened in real life. Interesting. Kentucky went to the Confederacy, and real life Kentucky stayed neutral. Kansas, in real life, was Union, although Kansas was very, very bloody. You have Nevada and Utah going for the Confederacy. But it's not looking good. The USA's already started invading the CSA. That's usually the beginning at the end. But at least we got a different version of it. It's actually a stronger Confederacy than existed in real life. It's just not going to matter very much, most likely. Alright. Oh, we're just encouraging craftsmen right now, aren't we? That's right. Yeah, Saxony is begging for help with craftsmen. We got factories on the way, guys. You just need to hang tight. Poof. See how quickly they all got hired? Now, the downside of steel factories is they tend not to be profitable in the short term. And eventually the market will become flooded with steel. And then then it's just not worth it. Romania is now a thing, and they don't like Moldavia. That's a big surprise. Hi, Romania. We haven't had a crisis in a while. I wonder if a lot of the great powers are at war. No, they're not. Because when you're at war, the crises don't happen if you're at war. Perfect. Good. I'm up for some efficiency. Let's take market structure. This probably used to be a no-brainer, where you would just fly down this tree as quickly as you could, because you would get production bonuses. Now they've split that up so that you basically only get it for the first 2 or 3, and it's usually worth it. Alright. I don't think Saxony needs any more help with craftsmen. We're doing really good on literacy, but I would like to promote clergy a bit more. They're kind of promoting themselves. Up, not Westphalia. Westphalia has almost none. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's get some clergy. Bessemer steel. That's the good stuff. We're up to number 3 now. Weren't we number 3 at the beginning, though? I don't think it's actually changed. Diplomacy, please. Ooh, Brazil is fighting to help Chile get Peruvian Atacama. The USA got kicked down, I think, maybe. Here we go. See, this is something that you should actually be telling me. There's a rebellion, and it's a very tiny one, but there is nonetheless a rebellion. I'm going to put you on rebel stomping duty, cuirassers. Go get it done. Perhaps Cuirassier. Squished. Yeah, we are not getting, like, major rebellions. And some of these rebellions we're not going to be able to stop. Oh my god, UK, quit it! I'm so freaking tired of the Netherlands. They keep becoming friendly with the stupid British. Alright, ban the British. Yeah, the British really aren't going to like us very much. We're going to have to spend some time increasing relations. Iron and blood. Always dig deep and greedily. Advanced ore smelting, market structure. Let's go and grab business regulations, and then the rest of these are less important. They're almost purely diplomatic with some economic boosts. Up here comes some more nationalists. Please go murder them, First Corps. Thank you. Rebels are always infantry, and they're almost never very scary. So it just kind of makes sense to just let them do their own thing. Things are going pretty good. Okay, do you notice how much our things have expanded? This is because we're getting more and more parties added to our thing here. I don't think we want to be jingoist. I think we want to be pro-military. What are you guys? Oh, you're the extra 2 artillery brigades. You guys are pretty good. I don't want to put any with the Cuirassier. Here we go. You can come over here. This is a good army, too. Although it is, you know, yeah. We need one more engineer brigade, but that brigade might be exposed, so I don't want to take the risk right now. Unless we build a guard and... Actually, that's actually not a terrible... Oh, we have no brigades. We might need to start putting some of our surplus back into the military. Persia and Afghanistan going to war. That's okay. I think actually we will do that. I'm going to put a little bit more money into defense spending. 75% seems reasonable. That should get us a bunch more pops wanting to be... Oh, good lord. Are we really paying 200? We're paying a lot of pounds. Yeah, we're spending a lot of money to subsidize steel. But it's worth it, sort of. I need to give it some thought now. Oh, pluralism. We kind of want to start steering our state liberal at this point. And the CSA was defeated. I can't really say I'm surprised. Let's try to push for limited citizenship. Our election is finished, and the Freisinnige Partei. What manner of party are you? Ooh, we get our laissez-faire party. Nice. So this is again one of the rare cases where we actually want it to be minus cost. This is just a reduction in plus cost. Now this does mean there's a ceiling on our taxes. But we're still making a lot of money because of the throughput bonus. Listless unemployed. I'd rather get unemployment support. Alright, we've got a lot of unemployed craftsmen. And now at the point where we actually can't do anything about it. We have to trust the AI now. And a lot of our factories might go belly up. But we've hopefully built this so that it can withstand liberalism. You know what, Baden? I'm sick of your shit, mate. I don't care about Denmark. I care about the Netherlands. Ooh, a crisis. Alright. The USA is currently our biggest foe here. But the British are too. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and... I got to reduce both the British and the Americans. I don't have a choice. Alright, so for Nice in the crisis, we get torched. We got ourselves a proper crisis, and we got people who are pushing for things to happen. A lot of things happen at once right now, and we finish a new tech. Excellent. Let's go and we're just going to spend a couple of months just focusing on the commerce tag. Because it's really good for getting extra stuff. Right, crisis first. Oh, this could be a big one. Russia supporting Greece. And then there's the Ottoman Empire. So let's try to read the tea leaves. The Brits are going to support the Ottomans. The French will support the Russians. Belgium is undecided. We're undecided. Austria wants to support the Russians. If we don't take a side, we will actually we'll lose some prestige. So the question is, what do we want? I'm going to wait a little bit. Right. This is probably being pushed by a movement. Yeah, the suffrage movement. And what do you guys want? What if I kill you off? We actually have a liberal party, so they're almost always going to push for political reforms. I really don't want people wanting this stuff. Rich only, 2 per state, based on population. If we want a more fun politics, and I kind of think we do, we're going to get rid of first past the post. Oh, this is going to piss off the voters' rights movement. Let's suppress them too. Let's get what we want passed, which is proportional representation. Because what this means is we'll get a lot more different parties. We'll get coalitions, and it'll be a more interesting political environment. I'm going to go ahead and stop encouraging craftsmen. We need... How are we doing for bureaucrats in the nation? We're already getting a bureaucrat below. We can increase how much they're paid, which will help with admin efficiency, but so will just picking up tax. What do we do here with our cash? Or our focus? You know, I want to encourage the armament industry in Schlesien, not Schlesien, Saxony, because remember, Saxony had the guns and the steel, so it's a really good synergy for Saxony to focus hardcore. Now, the AI will, by default, permanently leave a spot open for the more advanced factories later on down the road, so they'll never totally fill it up. Which is good to know. USA intervened. This is good. Cheaper factories, more farming output. How's the crisis coming? The British have supported the Ottomans. The French have supported the Russians. I think we know what we have to do. We're going to join the Ottoman Empire and the British. Because if we can use this as a way to get... I also don't want this to lead to war. Austria's going to support Russia. Belgium's going to support... This is going to be a mess if this builds to war. Oh, this could get real ugly real fast. Ah, the Russians and the Ottomans had white peace. Phew. I don't like to think of myself as a coward, but that could have been very, very bad for us. Baden. We would like to be friendly with you. Please and thank you. Oh, he's got kicked out of the frickin' UK. Damn it, you jerks. Alright, more tech done. Excellent. Let's start working on admin efficiency so we can get us some tasty tax efficiency boosts. Merchants, we can get cut down to size on Tibet. I can't even reach Tibet because we don't have a navy. We should probably start building one of those. How much time is left in the episode? Is this a good time to start talking about navies? It's as good a time as any. Right. So, we currently have at maximum we can produce 46 ships. We kind of want to start working towards ironclads as soon as we can get them. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and build some men of war. Let's build 4 of them. So every ship value, every ship has certain values. They have attack, a hull, and a firing range. So these are really good at attacking with strong hulls, but they're not very fast. Frigates are a lot faster. They have evasion, which helps them against big ships. And then transports are just kind of there to get eaten. The better ships later on add other things too. Like torpedo attacks, which give you a bonus against big ships. And then they're just bigger and badder and better. We're going to build 4 men of war. And then we're going to build some frigates. I'm not looking for a huge fleet. I'm just looking for a fleet. So let's get that underway. That'll give us 13 ships. And we'll go ahead and collect them in Danzig. Okay, Saxony is hemorrhaging workers. This is one thing the AI is not great at. They should be they won't subsidize because they're laissez-faire. I see they actually are pouring money in here to try to get people more jobs. They're doing what they're supposed to be. Now we get socialists. That's going to be fun. Ooh, Karl Marx stayed in England in this timeline. That makes sense. Uruguay has a revolution of all the countries in the world. Uruguay comes first. Sweden has kicked Austria out as a great power. This is a big deal. Because we can try to sphere them. Now, Russia's got a head start, and Russia also has a border with them, so I don't know if we'd be able to win that influence contest. Factories, nice. We are making a lot of money. We're just also dicking over the poor, which is, I guess, what capitalism and laissez-faire markets are all kind of about. So, alright, we need to get above, we need to get them back in our sphere. We need to start dicking over the other powers. The Netherlands is almost always hotly contested, and there's not much you can do about it. I could expel the Brits. That's just going to open the door for the French, though. Yeah, it's just a dogfight there right now. It's a shame. Our fleet is slowly becoming semi-respectable. Admin efficiency, nice. What do I need for the Ruhr boom? I like to trigger that about now. Because we've got the what's-a-jiggers in play. The jerk faces. Oh, we need organized factories. Which is, there we go. Let's do it. Output, always helpful. You always want more stuff. Denmark got kicked out because of Sweden. I'm not doing a great job of paying attention to other people, am I? I'm going to go ahead and ban Sweden. That'll buy me some time to build up influence and take back over. Sweden wants to form Scandinavia. That's their game. Ethiopia. Damn. Free banking. So we might have people lose a lot of militancy. And there's also a chance people will gain a lot of militancy. We really have a chance of gaining or losing a lot of militancy. I'd rather have reduced consciousness. I'm tired of people, like, rebelling and thinking that they are, you know, Uruguay just had another revolution. That's Latin America for you. In this era. We could get beer halls, or we simply say, you want to be militant, be militant. I don't even care, mate. A bit of an uprising in Posen, but we handled it. Oh, now the Netherlands feels discredited. Yeah, we're gonna keep fighting over the Netherlands. Okay, we got ourselves a proper rebellion attempt now. The anarcho-liberals. By proper, I mean we're still going to crush them, but, you know. Go forth and murder rebels. Rebel scum. Yeah, as rebellions go, this is like a tiny one. Especially because we're actually managing things fairly well. Tax efficiency, tax efficiency. So, here's why rebellions matter. You've noticed once we crush a rebellion, things will actually become... They're actually far less likely to be angry. And it'll keep other rebellions from forming. Organized factories. We'll be able to do the rear boom. Let's start pushing towards steamers. Because we do want to start modernizing our fleet. Let me start building steamer convoys. Let's do that. We're never going to be a major naval power. This is just about being respectable and getting a free boost to our military from capital ships. Let's encourage the rear boom now. Because we're going to be at peacetime for a bit longer, which makes us a great chance to kick things forward. Now we could actually push for a new school, but we don't want a penalty to Army and Navy tech. It's just not a thing that we want. So we're going to hang tight. And we're going to see how things develop. Making a lot more money now. Netherlands kicked us out. Flu pandemic, yes, I'll pay 16 grand so everyone doesn't die. Austria could exile. Oh, Austria became a GP again. Who'd they kick out? Sweden? No, Sweden. Oh, Belgium got kicked out. Do we have a go? I think we have a go. Can we bring in Belgium? I doubt it. France already kind of has a lead there, but it's worth a shot. You want to try to stay competitive. Belgium wants an alliance. Belgium can have one. Ooh, we got a bunch of inventions. We got steamers. Spain likes us. Nice. A boost to diplomatic influence would be so useful right now. But I think we've been neglecting the army. Let's improve our engineers, and then we can start investing in better forts. Because we got lots of money right now and nothing to do with it. And I think investing in better forts against Russia and against France would be a very worthwhile use of our cash. Alright, Denmark. You were never granted permission to leave my sphere. But I'm going to ban Sweden again, actually. And then we'll still build up our influence. We're getting more and more socialists. That's worrisome. It is indeed worse. Oh, now we're down to cordial in the Netherlands. The Netherlands is honestly becoming a lost cause. Yeah, we're actually going to pull out of the Netherlands entirely. And just devote our influence to more practical means. We could join the Japan game. Is anyone? No, two Sicilies is... Yeah. France has got most of Italy. Where's the source of the Nile? Let's outfit an expedition. It's only 1,000 pounds. It's like a silly amount of cheapness. We have a lot of unemployed factory people in Hanover. Because you just closed a luxury factory and the steel factory hasn't been truly developed yet. Steam transports. There we go. So once you've unlocked steam transports, you pretty much don't want clipper transports anymore. Steam transports are faster, they're stronger, they're just better. They do way more in terms of supplies, though, so you can't have quite as many of them. And we'll actually need better shipyards if we're ever to upgrade those. But let's get rid of our... You know what? No. Our clipper fleet's going to be separate. Let's gather it here in Kolberg. So each state in the game can have one naval base. So let's quickly see. Is there anyone that doesn't have a naval base? You can't not have one in Königsberg. That's just silly. You can get one... Oldenburg. I think, and there we are. Also looks like we can expand some forts. Why? Ah, because Königsberg is off the line. Oh no, we actually have access to level 2 forts now, don't we? Do it. This doesn't look suspicious at all. Like, why are you building up your forts, Germany? Are you worried about something? I'm not worried about something. Saarbrücken already has a level 2 fort. That's fine. It's going to increase our opinion in Belgium. Any wars going on? Nope. World is peaceful. And we are no closer to founding Germany, which is upsetting. It is what it is. Let's get an improvement to organization, and then we'll finally improve our artillery. And then our army will be one of the best in the world. Luxembourg thinks we're going to attack them. Why would I waste my time? You're in France's sphere. Oh, you're a Dutch satellite. Okay. I would like very much to continue expanding my fortifications, please. See, one of the biggest problems I have with the way forts work is there's really no reason not to spam them everywhere. In fact, we're just going to start doing that. Because forts are super cheap. And there's no downside to having them. There's just none. So yeah, I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to build them everywhere. Because there's, again, not a reason not to. Which is kind of frustrating, because fortifications should be strategic, right? But in Vicky 2, it's just like, they make your provinces harder to take, they boost your supply limit, they add in defense, there's no reason not to have them. Unless you can't afford them. And we've got like $1 million in the bank and nothing we can do with it. Because laissez-faire. Ooh, flexible firepower, that's a good improvement. And synchronized heavy support, we're getting some improved defense for our units here, which is really good. Another election is coming. Commerce Raiders. Okay. Commerce Raiders are super underrated as a weapon in the Navy. Because they're not really replaced until you get to ironclads. And monitors are really, really good, but they're also extremely slow. And they've got good evasion. We're going to build us some Commerce Raiders. And they'll join our steam transport fleet. And again, we're just building ships because we can right now. We're not building them for any specific purpose. Well, we could put Denmark back in our sphere. Would you just give up, Sweden? You're getting on my bloody nerves. I would like you to be more in favor of interventionism. With signal detachments? Nice. Damn, Sweden is flying up there. Yeah, we might be in trouble. They might be able to just take Denmark from me again. Have I been discredited here? Oh, someone else is investing in Denmark. That's not nice. Let's make Belgium friendly toward us. Yep, Denmark literally just pulled, Sweden just pulled Denmark back out. Local railway shares. We get a boost in railroad, but here's the thing. We don't have new railroad tech. That actually should be the next thing we get. Spain and Nejd. Military statistics. Nice. Let's go and improve our railroads. Then we'll pick up inorganic chemistry, I think, to improve our supply limits. Are we going to start expanding the military again? So I want 1 guard unit and 1 engineer. There we go. Yeah, we're kind of screwed now because Sweden is pouring money into Denmark. And we could pour money into it too, maybe. Ooh, can I? Yeah, I can. There we go, let's build railroads. That'll help a bit. Not much, but a bit. Moldavia, command support. Lovely. The Licensing Act. Influenced by intensive lobbying from the Temperance League, one of our states has adopted a licensing regulation that allows citizens the right to issue or retract liquor licenses. If we force its repeal, it'll make the middle class pissed off. I don't care. Middle class can be as angry as it likes. And, yeah. Denmark, just accept it. What do we want to do? Is the movement getting ridiculously powerful now? It's getting pretty strong. Fine, we'll go with weighted wealth. Ooh, it'll piss off literally everyone else. What does the suffrage movement want? I would happily pick up schools, but I don't think they'll let me do. What do you guys want? You want wealth-weighted voting. Yeah, so I was saying the suffragists would be angry. I don't know. I really don't want to push that, but it actually will make our population skew more conservative. Which means we won't be, like, locked into laissez-faire. We can actually just change our minds whenever we want to, so... Yeah, inorganic chemistry has to be the next thing we develop. Alright, you know what, Sweden? I'm sick of your shit, too. Leave me alone. Let's fear Belgium. Hi, Belgium. Oh, France is going to attack Sind. They're expanding in India. That's lovely for them. Alright, railroads. Inorganic chemistry, please. Can I build railroads? I don't believe I can. Nope. There is literally nothing I can do to affect the economy right now. Because they're instantly funding all of their projects. Baden we can't give up on. Ooh, another crisis. Russia is really pushing this Greece thing. We will declare an interest. The British are almost certainly going to support the Ottomans. Austria supports Russia. Scandinavia. Yep, that's why... That is why you wanted Denmark so badly. Alright, we've got a war between France and Sind in India. Okay, stop phone. I get it. I get it. Stop it. Okay. We've got a crisis brewing. It's 1868. We're not really any closer to creating Germany, and that might actually have to wait until the World Wars are activated in 1870. Because then you can actually build coalitions where great powers can ally with two others. And I really want Russia on my side. I'm going to go ahead and support the Ottoman Empire just to say it happens. Yeah, there's no chance that Russia's going to... Especially if France isn't involved, which there can't be because they're fighting someone. There's no way in hell France or Russia's going to win that crisis. So I bet they back down if Britain joins. So, which is kind of a shame, but I really wish a different flashpoint would get lit up. Instead of Russia just spending all... Instead of just Greece keeps going, oh, we want to be free. Let's see what happens next episode. So remember, the game ends in 1936, so we're more than halfway finished. Are we more than halfway finished? No, we'll be finished in 1886, we'd be halfway finished. We're getting to the halfway point. I hope you've enjoyed the series. I know maybe some of it might seem a little bit obtuse still. That's why, again, it's really important for you to let me know if you don't understand something. And the other part that we might find a little bit dull is the fact we're not going to war. I'm personally enjoying it. I'm enjoying seeing the world change. As Americans keep grabbing bits of Canada, for example. Super huge Bolivia. Who did Bolivia bite a chunk off of? Did they get part of Brazil? No, maybe actually this is as big as Bolivia's always been. Oh, there we go. Bolivia ate part of Paraguay. Okay. There's Uruguay. Hi, Uruguay. Asia's not too interesting yet, but will become. India's very slowly being eaten. That's kind of India's fate until later on in the game. Egypt's going to disappear from the map at some point. That's Egypt's fate. We're not really getting in on this colonizing gig. And I kind of wish we could, but just for right now, there's just nowhere we could colonize. Will Italy form? I don't know. Because Italy needs to basically sphere everything that's an Italian thing, and that means beating France. I don't know if that's a war they can win. Revolutionaries can also form nations too, so we might actually see that happen eventually. But that'll have to be for next episode. So I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please remember to like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know how you think we're doing as a North German Federation. We're no closer to forming Germany, but we'll get there eventually, I promise. Until next time, though, this has been Avindian. Thanks for watching, and I bid you good day.